are live again. This is Zachary from Zachary 3D Print on Twitch and also on YouTube for the people who are re-watching this video on my YouTube channel, Zachary 3D Prints. If you are not subscribed to that channel, please subscribe to the channel and enjoy the videos. So yesterday I stopped the live stream when the Biqu BX was still printing, and now currently the print is done. The Benchy is normally 1 hour and something minutes. Benchies can be printed faster. They would call it then speed boats. But just a little recap what I did yesterday. I went into Idea Maker. I start making a print profile in Idea Maker, and I found out that I got it working, but because I did I imported a profile for the Ender 3 V2, the calibration cube looked a little bit different. That's okay, no problem there. So I noticed what went wrong. I also saw what the extruder or the nozzle was doing. So for that reason, I went back into Idea Maker 4, which I'm going to do a little bit later in this stream as well. We are going to fine-tune our Idea Maker 4 settings a little bit more. See if I can find some profiles that I can take some information out of it and then make a new Benchy, because I get a Benchy out of without any stringing. So from that I know that something like the retraction and the temperature are nice. I also can see on the front side of this Benchy there was not too many heat, or else you will see a little dent in here. But I see some lines here. Looks like it's printed like this. I hope you can see it all. So I'm not complaining, because this is a experimental phase in from another slicer software. I used Idea Maker in the past for the Z3DP, for example. Which other printers did I use? Oh yeah, the Ender 3 Pro. I also made a profile for that as well. Idea Maker is very tunable. So in that order, you know, you can do quite a lot with Idea Maker. But I can imagine that in some cases it can be quite challenging to make a nice profile and get something out. So if you like Idea Maker and you have more experience in it, please let me know in this chat or in the comments. I didn't need to say I like the Benchy. I'm happy with the result. No, I'm happy that I got a Benchy out of Idea Maker with my Biqu BX. And yesterday I released a video on my YouTube channel, Zachary 3D Prints, and there I did a review about the Biqu BX and what my thoughts were, or what did I think of it so far. Because I have the Biqu BX since April of this year, end of April. I have tested it a few times in that time, but because of some issues and also some other printers that were coming in, I left the Biqu BX on the side and didn't use it. So yeah, a little bit shame on me, because normally I start the reviewing process with the models from the SD card, my own slice models, and you know, going along the way when using the printer. So Sometimes when I have a printer, sometimes I do want to make some modifications on the printer, and just use some music. Just a second. I always like to have some music. A little background music. This is a lo-fi. I hope it's not too high. Something like that. Usually when I have a 3D printer, after you can not do a... If you are going to do a review of a 3D printer, the best thing is not make any modification to it and keep the printer as stock as possible when you are doing a review. Adding a extra zip tie or cleaning up the wires a little bit. I'm not talking about those kind of mods, but adding a different kind of fan or adding a different kind of extruder or changing the bowing tube, something like that. Those kind of things are making the printer less stock. So for that reason, I always like to put out as much as test prints as possible. After the review process is done, I make my video, and then after that I can make some modifications to the printer. For the Biqu BX, however, I'm not planning to do that for a few weeks more. First of all, I'm waiting until I get the other direct drive, because Biqu responded to my video, and also to Biqu was responding to my tweets, or they were direct messaging me about the video and also about the issues. The extruder, which is on the backers or the Kickstarter Biqu BX, those have been improved. So one of my first questions, and also from one of the viewers, he was sooner than me, but yeah, a legit question: are the backers going to get also this H2 direct drive? Because this direct drive is an H2 direct drive. Oh, you cannot see it. Oh my gosh. So this is the direct drive. So like mentioned in the video, I don't know if you have seen the video already. If not, after this video, please check it out. But there I said, during the printing, I always hear this clicking sound, as if the extruder is so hungry that you will hear it eating the filament. I think all printers are hungry, by the way. I would like to say, once they are heated up, they're ready to go, and they will keep eating and keep pushing filament out, of course. But hey, who said? So yeah, still one viewer. I think it's the other thing that I'm watching on this side to see also some other things as well. So yeah, how is everybody doing? So I'm just going to continue. I'm going to close this email. Just making sure I have a smaller screen. Nu kijken. So that is cool. Yeah, Idea Maker. Idea Maker is a slicer from Race 3D. So if you are seeing Race 3D printers, don't be surprised. It's the slicer that they have made, and also allowing other third-party printers into their slicer. My favorite slicers are the Cura and Prusa slicer. I also use matter control. I can also do a video about matter control, but not for now. First I want to get Cura, Prusa, and yeah, now Idea Maker optimized for using my Biqu BX. And yeah, after that I can always also use matter control or maybe some other slices as well. There's also something called Super Slicer. I'm not sure if I have ever touched it. I know it's bad. So the Banggood. The Banggood is one of the models that I start printing. Well, first of all, no, I'm going to say differently. When I start a brand new, when I'm going to use a different kind of slicer, and I want to see if everything works and is correct, I start with a calibration cube. Because it is fast, you don't waste so much filament. You can see what the printer is going to do. I always like to use brims, so I can see from the very first start how the filament is adhering to the build plate, if it is too loose or if it is too close to the bed, and also how the first lines are printed onto the build plate from the model itself. Because I'm using a brim, not a skirt, not a raft, it's very clearly also to see when text is printed, like on the Banggood. The Banggood has also text on the bottom, and I do need to say that for this test, I hope you can see it. So, as you can see it, the text is very clearly visible. So I think it's a very good sign of that. So the first layer height is perfect. So that I need to take into account when I'm going to make some little modifications to my slicer, or in this case, Idea Maker. Oh, talking about Idea Maker and Race 3D, I see now that also Race 3D is live. How funny is that? How a coincidence. So Idea Maker. Idea Maker, I have I am using Idea Maker 4.1.1. It's still on the Biqu BX. I see my CPU going higher in on Streamlabs, so I'm keep going continue. So yeah, this is the welcome from Idea Maker. You can also click it off so that it doesn't appear. You have also how to apply embedded texture in Idea Maker. It's also very nice, but I will leave it as it is now. First, getting some decent prints out of the Biqu BX, shall we? Right? Recent files, the Banggood. Roll connector. Oh, okay. First put something on the build plate or else you have nothing. Bam. I think this looks nice. Perfectly in the middle. No, you cannot see it here on my full screen. Here, I put it on full screen. You cannot see it anymore, but I think when you are going to put it in the middle of the build plate, you have to check where your model starts printing. If it is off center, that means that your measurements, your bed size isn't correct in Idea Maker in this case. So my bed is 25 times 25. So in the middle is 12.5 by 12.5. That's the center point. So I can start slicing. Oh man, I did that yesterday too. I need to put it on display or else you won't see anything. I'm talking about Race 3D and about Idea Maker, but you don't see the thing that I'm showing. That's bad. I know. Yeah, prepare to slice. The play button in Idea Maker is to show that you start with slicing. Here you can make some little changes, infill density. You can put it on a different number, generate support. These are the settings that you can change. Well, I need to say it correctly. These are the settings that you are most likely to change when switching over from one model to another one. I see somebody tag me on. Woo! Cool. So, just sharing a picture from Fixin' Dude. He's officially the first one who bought merch from my merch store. That is teespring.com/Zachary3D Cool. Cool. Awesome. I need to respond to that. May I? That. Ba-da-bum. Teespring.com. He was the Oh, to people watching, hello. This is Zachary. Welcome to the live stream. I'm just tweeting out something here. I need to check if I've done it correctly. Or else I'm sending people to a website that doesn't exist. Oh! Also not right. Nah. I really need to check that. Hey, old crutch! You're still at work? You're still at work. And nice to see you here, man. I need to check something because I want to tweet something out, but I need to use the right Teespring store. Ba, ba, ba. It's only 16:28 here. Where do you live? Illinois? Which state? Which place, if you also mind? Hey! Oh, firm. Here too. Welcome to the stream. So for the ones that just joined, I'm working on Idea Maker, but currently also doing something else. And notifications. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, I was so handy to save it. So now I did it correctly. Yankee Land down south. Yankee Land down south. Oh my gosh. Yankee Land down south. Virginia? No. No. Jersey. Or I might now totally wrong. Just shoot me then. So, Idea Maker 4.1.1 for the Biqu. I typed this wrong as well? Really? Oh my gosh. Printer settings. I want to change the name. Oh well, that's okay. Jersey. So, start slicing. Then I'm getting this. I need to make some changes. So in order to make some changes, I want to check some profile settings or some more information about the BQBX in order to get some edits right. Conference call again, lurking. Okay, it's nice that you are here. So layer is currently at 0.2. The shell says 2.5, maximum shell overlap percentage 50%. I think that is all looking nice. First layer flow rate is 100%. I think normal is 94, 93. Maybe if I maybe change that. First layer extrusion width percentage 130%. How can you print 130% of the nozzle width? Because the nozzle width is 0.4. So if it is 130%, so that means you are trying to push out more. So I think that doesn't help. But how are you guys doing? Where are you currently working on? Layer start point type random. So, by the way, this is expert mode. Not that I'm an expert, but it gives you more possibilities to make changes on every setting there is. So yesterday I printed the Banshee. I do need to say I'm pleased with the end. No, not the result. I'm happy that the model came out, but some tweakings are needed to get some nice prints. Like the video yesterday. Extruder. Extrusion width 0.4 millimeters. Retraction is 40 millimeters. I think the normal retraction speed for direct drive is 25. I thought I heard somebody saying that one time for direct drive. Anyways, because there can be many regions where we have more lines sticking out. A higher retraction speed works better, but it can lead to filament grinding when the speed is too high. So that you get this little things gripped out of the filament, so that you also don't want. Retraction distance. The extruder speed when the filament is extruded out after retraction. So fastly in and easy out again. So okay, that's good. I think I leave it there. I can also use Cura to check some settings, but I think if I'm running a second slicer next to Idea Maker, I think Streamlabs will notice that. Oh, well, not that I do mind. Infill is currently at 20%, but I can always change that as a quick setting. Infill flow rate, 100%. So when I'm looking at the flow rate, infill flow rate is at 100%. Is that hollow? I didn't know that was hollow. Solid fill. Bottom solid fill flow rate. 100% both. Support, none. Indeed, Benchy doesn't need any support. Platform, brim only. That is one of my favorite that I would like to use. Cooling, enable cooling fans. Minimal layer print time, 10 seconds. Slow down printing speed, minimal printing speed is 10 millimeters per second. Layer 1, fan speed 0. For layer 2, you have 50%, and from layer 3, it is going to 100%. Temperature, 60 for the bed, 210 for the primary extruder. You have only one, so that's okay. Speed, default printing speed is at 100%. I'm happy with that. 60 for the first layer, but I think I'm thinking about it because the Benchy took quite a while. I leave it at 100% and 60 for the first layer. Infill. I'm not sure about that. There are some changes that I need to make. That's one thing that is for sure. Advance. I have acceleration. The acceleration for default printing moves. If you add this option per group setting, per layer setting, or why is it going away? Thanks on. Please add enable acceleration control together. Acceleration control, where is it? It's not selected, so it should use the normal standard printer settings. The ooze. So I'm thinking about how to do this. texture. So I have a So what I noticed yesterday, after the G28 for home all axis, I put after that a G29, but it didn't lift the nozzle a little bit. So I need to check which start G code I need to use to let the nozzle lift a little bit. So I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to start Cura as well and see how that goes. It's going to start up, so I will see the CPU going up. Ba-da-bum-bum. So I'm using Cura 4.10.0. It's funny because when I saw Cura, I thought it was an old version of Cura. So there was a reason why I didn't want to have the 4.9 Cura, because the build plate is all the way to the right top corner. I don't know why. So this is the profile of the Ender 3 V2. Manage printers. I think that was my profile that I used last time. So home all axis G28, G29 is the BL Touch, and here is the command G1 Z2.0 F3000. This moves the Z axis up a little bit to prevent scratch. After that, I need to see the G1 X 0.1 and then so on and so on and so on. So I'm going to copy this line. So. So I see that there is here a G1 Z0. So if I go, I hope this works. So here I have G1 Z 2.0 and here 2. F500, this is 3000, and then X. So I already see that is G92. So here, this one I'm going to take out. It's not necessary. So here I have Z 0.2. That is just one layer height, and that is too close to the bed. So because here it's going Z 2.0, so it's going a little bit higher. I'm also going to use the F3000. F3000. And I'm also going to say what it is. Ba-da-ba. So everybody's still there. So, then G1. Wat is dat? I think I'm going to copy that all. I see a G1. I don't see it here. So I will change this. No. Something like this. So yesterday I got an error about an M572 command. Those two commands I need to take out because it doesn't recognize it. Mine starts at G92, reset extruder, and then home all axis. Shame on it then. G21. What is a G21 doing? I have no idea. G90? Yeah, I do have it somewhere, but a big list. You know what? We are going to take it. We are going to take it. Mine G codes cheats. Cheat sheet. I used to refer it several times a day. Really? Wow. Let's see if I can switch between those. Okay, that is awesome. Then we can both enjoy it. So it starts with the G21. What is a G21 going to do? Millimeter units. Do we really need that? Does Cura use it? No, Cura doesn't use it. So set units to millimeters. Do we really need that? I think that one can go. That one we need. A G90. What does a G90 do? G90. Absolute positioning. I think in Cura, relative positioning in the end code. And then on the end, they use that. So thank you for the help. But absolute positioning? Do we really need that? G21. I think I'm going to remove that. Or shall I leave it in? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I agree with that. We can always look for that. So that one is going out. What was G21? Oh, it doesn't matter. M82. What's an M82 doing? M82. M82. E absolute? Set E to absolute positioning. Oh, really? The extruder to absolute positioning. Oh, you know, if you're just listening in, that's okay. Hey, learn by doing it, you know? What else can you do? Break the printer? Huh. So, I can... I think that looks okay. Oh, really? E absolute. Okay, I will leave it in there. I see also a 107. 107 is fan off. So if the fan was already on, it will turn it off. Which fan? So if I watch Cura here, it doesn't say to heat up, so that I don't have to do. At the beginning, So in the official M220, and S is for 100. So feed rates. So I'm going to add those comments after that so that I know when I want to change something, that I know what the comment is from that thing, so that I don't have to reinvent the wheel. Um, 240 trigger camera. Ooh. Yeah, I just started with a profile from a Ender 3 and I changed that, but it was only M's and G codes, and you'll figure out what it is. I recognize G28, but no G29 were in there. So M82, 82, M82, come on, where are thou? Oh, there. .107 is fan off. I think this looks nice. M117 printing. Without checking, 117 is display printing. Set LCD message. Oh. So, meaning I'm going to do something nice. Or something like good luck. I mean, why not? Or something like noodles. That's nice. If you are sharing your profile with other people and they start printing, and when the print starts it says have fun today, something like that. Happy printing. Why not? So I'm very happy with this one. NG code also. So I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. So relative positioning, retract a bit, retract and raise the Z. Wipe out, raise Z more, absolute positioning. Yeah, but there are people asking me, oh, can you share your profile? Machine depth. Present print. SM106. Turn off fan, turn it in. Okay, that looks all great. So extruder switch, we don't have that because we don't have an IDEX. Layer, change G-code. Retraction, repetition G-code. Post-process. Post-processing commands. No idea what you can do. I think you can do quite a lot. My profile wouldn't be much good to anyone. My custom G-code. Clipper macros. You onto the clipper. Flow rates. I'm still thinking about it. Shall I leave it there? This is not the feed rate, this is the flow rate. Shall I keep it on 100 or not? Yeah, same here, same here. But some people are swearing by Idea Maker, so I really want to get used to Idea Maker. It's so customizable. So I'm going to play with the flow rate here for a little bit. Most of the time flow rates are at 94%. And since I have here on the outside a lot of lines sticking out, I think it's extruding a little bit too much. So for the safe side, I choose 95. That is for the infill flow rate. For the layer, first layer, I'm also going to do the same thing because also that is at 100%. So I'm changing to 95 and yeah, I agree. First layer is 130%. I'm going down for 120. Minimal part size, we keep it there. are some other things. Infill, I changed it to 95. Infill extrusion width percentage. I think it's right. Solid infill. So here we also changed to 95 in both cases. Bottom surface solid fill flow rate 95 here as well. This is at 97% percent. Platform adhesion brim only. I think everything there looks nice. Cooling. Temperature. Change nothing to that. So infill is at 100%. So everything here is at 100%, which looks good. Primary filament flow rates. Override filament settings. I think I'm going to save it like this. The G code of the extruders is 1. Contain an invalid placeholder line. No. So something is wrong in the end G code. So this is wrong. So on the X0, I don't know if I go one back, if I can do that. Because I say if I say column A. Placeholders. I think I can leave the G1 out of there. Or can I? So NG code number of extruders, the number of extruders is 1. Oh yeah, number of extruders is 1. contains invalid G-code placeholders. Line 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Column 8. Do you want to slice with this setting? It's invalid. What? No. Yeah, placeholders. I know that there was some other. So this was the original. And I'm going to place it underneath it. I'm going to compare it. So the Y is minus 20, so it's going to the back. That is what happened yesterday. So if I'm going to compare with this, instead of machine depth, I put it on minus 20. I'm going to scratch my head. I'm just going to put there minus 20 as from the other one. I'm going to do it like this. So first you get all those M codes, which are here, and then G91 relative positioning, and then G1 so here E is minus 2, so it's retracting a bit. Erase the Z, so it's also doing the same but a bit less. G1x5, G1x. So I think I'm going to take this away. I think this would work. So let's shall we do a benchy? Yeah, why not? Why not? And see what is going to happen. Slice. So 1 hour and 25 minutes and 11 seconds. Estimated price for a Benchy printed 38 cents. Well, we can live with that, right? So I'm going to take my SD card out of the printer, boy. Then we take the adapter. Da, 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 da. So export. ID for Benchy. I know there is already on the card one, so it's going to give me if I want to replace it. Yeah, let's do that, right? Done. We can close that one. And we are going to see how the print is going to turn out, right? For the end goal, you should relative to move up the Z a bit. Absolute to move the bed in print. I need to change the G code then. So I have exported it. Now I'm going to pull it out. Whoop. Now my laptop is saying, you didn't unlock it before removing it. And I think, why? Why should I do that? I know, it's better for the printer, for the card. So, print on what SD card? Well, you ain't seeing nothing. So, just a little bit here so that you can see what I'm doing. ID for 3D Benchy. So, by the way, there are lights here on the top of the frame, and I don't know if you could see it, but as it was loading, you could hear the fan going on, but you also saw the lights going tick, 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 you know? Like it's really loading. It's cool. It's amazing. It's nice, right? I'm so pumped about this printer. It's an amazing printer. Papa. So I'm very curious what the printer is going to do. So since I'm not going to use Idea Maker at this moment, I'm going to close it. Quit Idea Maker. No. Close this one. Yes. Close. Why is that? Start G-code on the run. So if it is correct, it's now going to do a ABL. Probing. You know, the fun thing is about this kind of things, experimenting and see how it works, you know? And if it works, we conquered the machine. Right? Because basically you are programming a robot. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. I do need to say that I like the bed probe better than the BL Touch at this moment. I need to be honest, because the BL Touch on the Creality machines like the Ender 3 V2 and also on the Ender 6, both not working correctly because of the firmware. The way it works, it stops at one point and then you see the progress bar of the printing. You see it's going to fill and then print done. There's nothing printed. Come on, you didn't even finish the ABL. It's so crazy, you know. Yeah, but if, let's say it like this, if you have the possibilities to adapt or change the firmware just a little bit, to add the BL Touch or put it in the Marlin yourself, it's helping a lot, you know. So yeah, basically it's printing next to the line. So there I need to change the first and second line just a little bit to the middle. No clue which version it is. Oh, you mean the BL Touch? I have 3 BL Touches, all 3.1s. The smart ones. So it starts extruding later. So for that part, you know, I'm paying attention what happens. It was extruding the perch line on the left side from off the bed. It wasn't extruding, so I need to make a little change there as well. So I think that looks good, but now we have to see and wait of the printer finishing the print, and then we can say if those little changes that I made, if they are going to solve or do anything. So yeah. The famous boat. Can we say that this boat is very famous? You know what oh no, Arduino IDE, it's also a lot of CPU, right? But can I check if there, no, I know that there is no firmware of the Ender 6. It's a, I think it's, no, not I think. Yeah, in the beginning I was thinking about it to do a video about change about the Ender 6. But I think the controller board itself is changeable, right? I mean, let's look it up. So, downloads. So I think it's printing now only a 3 because I hear the fan kicking in really loud. And 3 Toon alles. Fusion. No, that are all only USB drivers. Troubleshooting. I need to check where my files are. BDBDDBDD. Tools? No. Do I have it on my desktop? Voron? Merge store, website. Okay. Documents? No, it's not opening. It's not opening. Where are my files? Let's see. I try to figure this out. It doesn't have to be that difficult. Downloads. Biqu SKR Mini firmware V2. Config. Marlin. Configuration.h. Open with text editor. What I'm going to do is going to check if there is somewhere a possibility. Oh my gosh, I want to move it to really. Ah, because this is a full view. Now I can do that. No. So, what if I would buy a big 3-tech board for my Ender 6? The layout for the how is it called? The layout for the screw holes are the same as the Creality board in the Ender 6. But can I use the standard configuration in order to make it work on my Ender 6? Will it work? That's a good question, eh? Configuration.h. So, Delta printer. For the Delta printer, start with one of the configuration files in the config examples Delta directory and customize your machine. So this is a standard, so this is for the people who are not familiar with the configuration files in order to make your firmware work on your 3D printer, or when you are using, for example, the big 3-tech SKR Mini E3 V2 board on any other machine than an Ender 3, you can customize the G-code in order to get the board working for that specific printer. I'm going to scroll through it. This is just basically a text file, but you can use Arduino IDE to upload this kind of firmware into the printer. Because until now, Creality still didn't respond to my mail and through my direct messages on Twitter to update their firmware, because the BL Touch ain't working. So the basic question, can I zoom in? Oh, a little bit too far. Okay, this is nice. So picture in picture, you will still see the printer do printing. So I was showing something and nobody saw it. So I have increased this. This is a configuration.h text file, and in here I can look for the things that I might need to change in order to get it working on the Creality and the 6. So Delta we already discussed. For SCARA, start with the configuration files in the example SCARA. So there are more things. Vendors, please read. So yeah, basically what you are seeing here, and I played with it in the past to put a custom name showing up on the display. That is always looking nice. So when you see something like this, that means that this command isn't. I need to say it correctly. When those two slashes are in front of the hashtag, that means that this line is uncommanded, or no, yeah, uncommanded. So it doesn't do anything. But if you are taking away those slashes, it is going to be active. Here it's all black text on white, but if you are using a something like Visual Basic or Arduino IDE, you will see that the line is going to get a color. So meaning it's now not a command, it's uncommanded. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So something like this is text, but if you are removing something like this, then define custom status screen image. So then it's going to show a image. Show the bitmap in Marlin / status screen .h on the status screen. So there you can find which kind of custom status screen image are going to be shown. So the baud rates, you can set them as well. For the standard machines is 115200. So in this case, because it is a Biqu SKR Mini E3 V2 board, here this is uncommanded. Define custom machine name SKR Mini E3 V2.0. That you will see when the printer is booted up. Parking. And so basically, by the way, this can be changed now at this moment. If you want to make a minor change, but you, yeah, you can make changes here and upload it via Arduino IDE. So let's continue. There are many options. Here, define switching tool heads, define magnetic switching tool heads. You have different kind of tool heads if you are seeing what I see here. Here, dockable tool heads. I think the dockable tool head, yeah. Here, switching tool heads, support for swappable and dockable tool heads, such as the E3D tool changer. Tools are locked with the servo, so there is a pin going in and then it turns and then it locks the tool head to the carriage. It's cool to see. Mixing extruder. Yeah, you have to really read what's there in order to find the right thing which you are looking for. In my case, I'm looking for two things. One is the BL touch and the other one is the core XY movement. This is about the thermal settings. Since it is a Creality machine, I assume, not that it is good or bad, but I assume that most of the parts used in Ender 3 are also used on the Ender 6 as well. I'm going to get something to drink. I'll be right back. So I'm going to take something to drink. This is my ice machine. If it is going wrong, it's an I scream at the machine. So that is looking great. So just checking on the printer. So now it's at 13%. So that is looking great. I don't know if I can switch between the the Biqu screen or to Marlin. I'm not sure. But who will say? Who will tell? So we are going to continue with this part. PhD settings. PhD bed temperature control. Don't make too big changes in that or else you will get some problems. And if prevent extrusion. So thermal runaway protection, the famous runaway protection. So, mechanical settings. Uncommand one of these options to enable Core XY or Core XZ or a Core YZ kinematics. So, I have an Ender 6. The Ender 6 is a Core XY machine. So, to do that, I need to uncommand this. Those two lines need to go away. So that is one part that I need to change. I can do Ender 6. No. Away. Don't press enter. Do I have more? So the stepper drivers, I need to know which kind of stepper driver I have. Yeah, also enable pull down for all end stops. I also need to check those out as well. But basically, check where the end stops are, and you know. So for the core, for the Biqu board, it's the TMC2209 stepper drivers, because those are selected in here. Do we have more movement settings? Yeah, that is one of the things why I am thinking about to change the board in the NS6, because there are some things that I can't do. It's crazy that we have an EEPROM stored on an SD card. If you are changing out the SD card, your EEPROM settings are gone. So, yeah, I default settings. These settings can be reset by the M502 command. Note that if the EEPROM is enabled, saved values will override these. So, yeah, the normal access steps per unit is 8400 by a normal i3 style 3D printer from Creality. The flow rate is 93. Yeah, 93. Can be a little bit higher. And define default maximum acceleration 500, 500, 100, 5000. So there you have your maximum accelerations. You also have a jerk. Maximum feed rate is 500, 500, 525. Something like that. Default jerk 10, 10, 3. That's fine. Bam, 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 bam. Z probe options. Z probe options. So when new Marlin software is going to be available, it's always great to use the latest Marlin version. Why? Because doing that makes more things possible on your board that you maybe bought last year. You are enabling more options, and the big 3-tech boards, the V2 boards, those are 32-bit boards, and with those boards you have a lot of features that you can enable without buying anything extra. Here, for example, the nozzle, use the nozzle as the probe with as with a conductive nozzle system or a piezoelectric smart effector. Define nozzle as probe. So this one is, for example, for the CR6SE. It uses the nozzle, and then because a little metal plate is bent a little bit, because of that, it's probing the bed with touching the nozzle to the build plate. So In my case, for the NS6, I use the BL Touch. The BL Touch probe use a Hall effect sensor to emulate as a server. So if I want to use this, I do this / enter 6. So I know when I'm going to change this, I know that that is also part that I want to have. Crazy enough, here is standing define Creality Touch. Creality Touch released the Creality Touch in the beginning of this year. So when this Marlin version came out, it was already saying the Creality Touch. So Creality is working quite some time on their version of the BL Touch. Yeah, why not? Woo. So define nozzle to probe offset, nozzle to probe. What do we have more? Disable all access stepper immediately when they are not being stepped. Yeah, so true. If you do that, it might happen that your accuracy is going lower, because when motors are disabled from current, they are going to, if in case for the x-axis, the thing is coming down. For direct drive extruder V9 set to true, for geared extruder set to false. All things what you can change. Also, one of the things that needs to be changed, define the X bed size and the Y bed size. And please don't ask me why. So this is going to be changed. And there 6. Whoa, a little bit too far. / enter 6. So by the travel limits, define X max position to 50. Here I also need to change it. The NS6 is using a filament out sensor. So filament out sensor, mechanical or up to end stops are used to check for the presence of filament. So if I am going to use it, I need to do that as well, because the NS6 does also have a filament run out sensor. More I don't need to do, because this is the only thing that I need to uncomment. The rest is active, except for this one. But that I think you have to do to fully customize it where it is needed. So bed leveling, most of the times when you see something like that, you get a whole explanation for auto bed leveling 3-point or linear, bilinear, something like that. It's all explained in there. In most cases, you are using mesh bed leveling. Probe a grid manually. Choose one of these options below to enable a G29 bed leveling. The parameters and behaviors of the G29 will change depending on your situation. So here was the explanation. Here you can define. So in my case, which one do I need? The result is a mesh suitable for large and uneven beds. See bilinear. For machines without a probe, mesh bed leveling provides a method to perform leveling in steps so you can manually adjust the Z height at each grid point. Well, can I? With an LCD controller, the process is guided step by step. Oh baby. Normally G28 leaves leveling disabled on completion. Enable this option to have a G28 restore to prior leveling state. Every time you get an explanation and then you have the choice what to choose. You have a choice from the things that are below. So in this case auto bed leveling 3-point, linear, bilinear, UBL, auto bed leveling, unified. Oh my gosh. What shall I do? So I think I need the last one. A linear. So I think that I need to figure out which of the ones that I need to have. Define bug leveling feature. Unified bed leveling is also mentioned in there. Mesh bed leveling is mentioned. So if you are going to select something, then one of these things are going to be lived by. Let's say it like that. Center of the bed is at X is 0, Y is at 0. So you can also change it a little bit so that the nozzle is not touching the corner. But only in the case of unified bed leveling. Bed skew composition. Skew. Additional features, EEPROM. I know from the big 3-tech boards they always have the EEPROM storing values. Very valuable. G20, G21 inch mode support, so that we also saw in the beginning or during this video. Preheat consistence. So here you can change the preheat temperatures for the hot end, for the bed, and the fan speed as well. Define nozzle clean feature. Print counter, password, G-code. So I think that was it so far. Because in the other times when I changed the board from stock to the big 3-tech board on my Enders or my Ender 3 Pro, I didn't have any problem. I could use the original screen. So I think in this case I need to try if it is going to work. SD card, everything is in there, so that is looking nice. So I'm going to end this live stream. So everybody who watched this live stream, thank you very much for watching. If you are watching the replay or the video on Twitch and you're not following me, then go ahead, follow me, because I try to reach as much as people possible, also on Twitch. But I have also a YouTube channel. If you are not familiar with my YouTube channel yet, it's Zachary 3D Prints on YouTube, bringing you on weekly basis brand new videos about 3D printing. New videos are posted every Wednesday, and also when there is 3D printing news, I will bring it on the Friday episode of a video week, every week. So Wednesday and most likely on Fridays. And also Friday evening, Saturday, sometimes I do a live stream there as well. The forum build is still going on, and also a brand new printer is standing right over there. It's the brown box, not the sculptor. The sculptor is going to do something, but that I'll leave for another time. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. And hey, let's make awesome things with 3D printing. Zachary 3D Prints. Bye bye.